Hey everybody. Oh, it's Leslie Billett Plazz here. Is it recording? Am I on? Zazoo Plazz report. Sunday, October 17th, 2021. The sun is setting. I got out here. I ran from my youngest son, Jack, from his Eagle Court of Honor this afternoon to get here before the sun went down. I think I just made it. So I won't have to talk in the dark this week. And I think I can call this, I had an idea. I might call this video Living from the Inside Out, because I think that's what I've been doing, and it's finally starting to catch up with me in real life. So I'm finally showing up as myself in the world. So look, today this is how I dressed. All the dignitaries were there, right, for the Eagle. For anyone who hasn't been to an Eagle Scout Court of Honor, it's usually fancy schmancy, you know. It's usually held in like a library, like they did for my oldest son, Brennan, was 2019. But this year, you know, with circumstances being what they are, we had it in. My son, the firefighter, being who he is, the fire science major, we had it in the fire department, our town's fire department headquarters in the bay, next to the fire engines. Actually, during the ceremony, they had to take the little Explorer vehicle out. They had to raise the doors, and there was an emergency, so they had to leave. But for the whole thing, you know, they set up the little table with the candles, and it's a ceremony, and they light candles. They put each scout puts their name on the board. There's like a green board, and they put their number. And my son was 103, which is funny because he was born in 03, and he was born on the 13th of the month, so go figure. But yeah, so it's kind of a big deal, you know, and the moms always dress up, you know, whatever, because you would get your picture in the paper and this and that. And I was getting ready. I'm like, it's in the fire department. It's in the bay. I'm not wearing heels and a dress to go sit out there with the Boy Scouts in the fire department. You know, it was cold and stuff. So I said, well, I got to wear my Eagle Scout parent shirt, right? Yeah. And I just wore, you know, my regular, you know, mom pants, my khakis. I got my khakis on. I didn't wear my hiking shoes. I wore just some regular Skechers, nice Skechers. My new ones with the Michelin rubber tread on the bottom. Goals, Venus and Sagittarius. So, and then what I did was, see, this was Brennan's. I got a pin. It says Eagle Scout Mom. So I wore that on the left side. I had this shirt on, and here's my new one. Oh, I got to show it off. Look, now I'm balanced. See, this one is shinier, because that one's been sitting in the jewelry box for 3 years. I guess you have to polish them up or something. So I got dressed, I said, and I put this nice shirt on. See, it's got pockets. Look at that. It's nice. And I'm like trying to get ready, and it's getting late. I put my makeup on, and I'm like, I don't even wear earrings anymore. And I took the shirt off. I put it on right side out the first time. And then I was getting hot, so I tore it off and threw it on the floor. Finished getting ready, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta put my shirt back on. So I put it on inside out. See that? See that? Inside out. Oh, that's a Phil Collins song. Oh, you got me inside out. Okay, that's the song of the week. It was going to be Fly Like an Eagle, but I think I've already posted that one. So it's going to be Inside Out, Phil Collins. Which is perfect, because that's one of the songs on the Phil Collins cassette I bought when I was in Madrid 36 years ago. Yeah, before I came home. I bought a Phil Collins one. I forget which album it was. Was it Face Value or No Jacket Required? Might have been No Jacket Required. So anyway, so I put the shirt on. And I'm like, yeah, I look good. And then I hopped in my husband's car, the gray one, that hates me because, you know, it's got all these like little self-locking, self-lighting things. When he first got it, I said, that car hates me. And then I had this little, that's another story, but I was on the highway one time in the middle of the winter going to a family event, and somehow the light went on inside the car, and I couldn't see where I was going. I couldn't turn it off, and my youngest son was with me, and he's like trying to, like, Mom, what did you do? And I couldn't get the darn light to turn off inside the car. And I had to get off the highway and deal with it. But yeah, so today I'm thinking, oh, I look pretty good. I marched in there. Look at this. Look at this. The tag with the buttons, the spare buttons. Okay, all right. If you have had up until this point questioned whether Zazoo Plazz is in fact a humorous book and a humorous character, this should be proof positive that I am in fact a humorist. And the fact that no one among my dear family, my mother-in-law, my father, who was sitting next to me, waiting with my mother-in-law for half an hour, God bless him, my husband, and neither of my two sons even mentioned that my tag was showing and I had my shirt on inside out. Because I wanted to get there for 2 o'clock. I get there for like 2:02, right? Good. I'm thinking, I really, it's not my scene. It's not really my scene. I know I look like a camping type, but I am not the type of person who likes to belong to organizations. Let's just leave it at that. However, I am very proud of my young men, my son, both my sons, and today was his day. So I showed up with bells on. I got my water. My Minmay's coffee urn is churning out the coffee. You know, my husband got the big cake. He's running around. Whew, you know. The geese. The geese have landed. No eagles, but we got geese. Oh my God. A whole flock of geese just flew down in the pond. No eagles, but we got geese. Canada geese are here. Ah. And there's the sign, one of the signs that my son did for his Eagle project. See? I can hold it up for you to see. I forget which one that is, but here we are. The foliage is beautiful. See? New England. So, yeah, we get up there. Have you ever had an... Reminds me of one time when I was a kid. My parents were going to this fancy dance for the swim club. You know, that's in the book, the swim club we used to belong to. And he got a fancy new jacket. And they're getting ready to go, taking pictures. And I'm like, Dad, you got a tag hanging from under your... from under your armpit. And he said, oh, it's a good thing you noticed. Because he was all set to go out the door with this big tag. And he looked awesome. And he had this big tag hanging. So I'm good at noticing it in other people. But when it comes to noticing my own shortcomings, see, I got pockets on the inside. I kind of keep, you know, I guess, to me, what's inside is more important than what's outside. And that was made abundantly clear today. And, you know, then everybody got up and said their speeches, you know, and the senator, look for these great men, young men to these young men to do something great one day. They're gonna really, you're gonna hear about them. And I'm thinking, oh, I hope it's in a good way. And it's a celebration. It's a, you know, thinking about them when they were just little cubs, starting out on the path, you know, so cute. And all the hurdles, all the signs along the way. They had to, you know, they could have gone one way and they went another way. Each decision brought them that much closer to eagle. And so it is with us. You know, our decisions are so important. They affect people close to us. And they affect society as a whole. You know, 3 kids who applied themselves, and it was my son and a set of twins who also were in his graduating class. But yeah, so it was an awesome day. They got all these plaques and commemorations, and he's going to need a whole other wall in his room just for all that stuff. All the big, and he's going to have to work it out with his brother, because I think some of his signs were bigger than the ones his brother got. So, you know, but, and I thought on the way over here, you know, it's not the Ego Award, it's the Eagle Award. So, while I was immediately embarrassed to think that I had in fact gone through my son's entire eagle ceremony with my tag sticking out like some kind of, you know, like when we used to go to the gym, all of us at 5:30 in the morning, and we'd show up with our shirts on inside out because it was dark when we got dressed. And, you know, you always had a friend there to say, before you go out and teach that class or take that class, yeah, you got your tag. You got a tag, girl. You know, or just kind of go, got your back. And then we would take the shirt off, put it back on, good to go. Nobody would even know. But I feel a little exposed. And, you know, now I feel kind of like people have seen me. I feel vulnerable, you know. They know what size I am. They know what brand shirt I'm wearing. Even though this was an expensive shirt. I'm kind of hoping that half the people didn't see it, and the other half the people don't care. But I thought something was weird because, like, you know, the collar felt a little strange when I put the shirt back on. But I gotta tell, okay, this is the irony, is that everybody would totally say that I am my son's mother, because last night when he got home from school, takes his laundry, which he's been saving all week for me, and flump, dumped it on the floor, said, put it in the washer, used the rest of my laundry detergent, said, Mom, you don't mind taking it out for me, dealing with this, right? Because I got no clothes to wear. Grabbed his guitar and skateboard, said, I'm going to my friend's house. At which point I discovered, through gritted teeth, as I took his clothes out of the washer, that he has this habit of yanking his clothes off inside out, leaving them that way, you know, like I did. So I said, gosh darn it, it's the universe, isn't it the universe telling me that he's my boy, and he got that from me. It's the ego award, or the non-ego award. Apparently, I was thinking, I want to just go and get back so I can get it in the woods and do my video today. That's what I was really thinking about. But when I got there, I was like talking to this person. I'm like, I'm going to talk to the state senators with my shirt on, inside out. State senators, the assistant mayor, deputy mayor, assistant deputy mayor, something? Half the scouts in his troop, the other mom and dad, who were looking at me askance a little, now that I think about it. But I don't know, I didn't pay any attention to it. Now that I think about it, all the pictures are going to be on social media. Hey, that's the worst thing they can say about me is my shirt was on inside out. At least I was there. At least I had a shirt on. You know, could have been worse. I could have forgotten to wear a shirt. I had 2 shirts. So I'm sure my mom was there in spirit. I'm sure she was. See, now, if my mom had been there in person, she would have been the one to look at me and say, because my mom always noticed those things. And when your mom isn't around anymore, you feel a little lost. Maybe. I don't know. I was always like super careful when I knew my mom was going to be there because I knew those things were important to her. My dad said that he's got 4 bags of her turtlenecks. Anybody out there needs turtlenecks? And you're like a small, petite lady? She's got them in every color. She's got fleeces to match. She's got, you know. My mom, you know, she lived to shop and cook and enjoy life and eat, socialize. You know. The thing, another strange thing that I need to talk about today, because I might forget it, get hit on the head by an acorn, is that they said they presented my son with a flag, which had flown over the Capitol building of the United States Capitol. And my mother's birthday is January 6th, by the way. Was January 6th. So they presented him with this flag, and they said, this flag flew over the Capitol of the United States on June 18th. What's weird is he graduated high school 2 days prior to that, and the day after that, my mom died. His grandmother died. So it is as if she was waiting for him to graduate, knew that his Eagle Scout award was coming, and wait for that flag to fly. And the next day, they took the flag down. That next morning at 9:20, she passed away. You can't make this stuff up. That's a soul story right there. She planned it all. She planned the whole thing. So, anyway, I feel a little foolish, but I'm letting you know about the shirt thing, you know, in case I show up on like Instagram or something. I already told you. I got it out there. And now I can go home and take it off and burn it. Anybody want a plaid shirt? I used to like this shirt too. And now every time I wear it, I'm going to be thinking, that's the shirt I wore inside out to my son's Eagle ceremony. I need some new clothes anyway. You know, it's not the exterior, is it? It's not an ego award. The thing is, if you live from the inside out, if you lead with your heart and you follow your heart, right? The award that my son's pinned on me before the Eagle was a red heart. It was Life Scout. I think that's one of the ones right before Eagle. It's a big deal, but it takes a long time to get from Life Scout to Eagle, you know. And some kids don't make it at all to Eagle. They drop out, they give up, things get hard, you know. But for whatever reason, or their parents can't help them out or something, you know, it's few who make it through, you know, and it's like this parallels the spiritual journey, you know. It's hard. It's hard living a spiritual life, walking around with your shirt inside out. But the thing is, you keep on going. You make mistakes, you put your shirt on inside out, but you show up. And that's what counts, if you show up. And that's what we've always taught our boys, you know. That's what's important. I marched in there oblivious to how I looked. I mean, I showered and, you know, cleaned, whatever. But it wasn't about me, and I know that. It was his day. He's not going to remember that my shirt was on inside out. Well, maybe he will, and then we'll laugh about it, you know. And he'll tell his kids, you know, about the day Grandma showed up with her shirt on inside out. You know, they'll all laugh. Okay, they've been laughing at me. People have been laughing at me at my expense my whole life. So, you know, I'm used to that. But deep down, the look on his face today when he looked at me, pinned this on me, and major success. So they have the mom there's this eagle pin, right? And it's got two backs and two little prongs. And you put that on the back, on their little, well, like this pocket, which I didn't have because it was inside out. With my older son, I took the little backs off and I dropped them on the floor, and then they had to pick them up and this and that. This time I said, I'm not going to do that this time. My son held his hand out. I put the little backs in there. I'm like, I got this. And then it was like there was Velcro in the way. I finally got the pin on there, and he helped me. And then I put the little backs on, and it was perfect. It was straight. I'm like, you know, second time's the charm. And the lady, the other mom, she had to do them both at once. She got both her boys pinned at once. So she had 4 backs she had to deal with. I only had 2. And then I had 3 years in between to kind of brush up. And it came right back to me. So I felt kind of cool, you know. Like, well, we both have 2 sons who are eagles. So, yeah. And so, it's not the end. That's the other thing I wanted to say. It's just the beginning. And as long as they keep living from the inside out and not being from a self-serving point of view, but rather from a service point of view, service to society, right? That's what matters. And then you'll show up with a big smile on your face, even if your shirt's inside out. And then if you're lucky, you got a friend to say, get the shirt, turn your shirt inside out. I gotta look at that, it's driving me nuts. Whatever. Yeah, and you know, if you have a good sense of humor, life is so much easier. And you've got a great story to tell. Right? You got a great story to tell. I love that the geese are here. They're just beautiful. Even though I've got swampland over here, this stagnant pond that hasn't moved in so long, it has geese on it. How cool is that? Now they're going. Oh, bye guys. Wow. Oh, I guess it's time to say goodbye. The geese are going. So, here's to those 3 scouts. They've got a bright future ahead of them. Many good wishes and congratulations to those boys. And I hope this has been humorous, inspirational, entertaining. You know, I didn't plan the geese. That kind of just happened. And We don't have eagles, we have geese. So I'm going to go home and turn my shirt around and polish my pins for, well, that's it really. There's going to be no more eagle ceremonies for this family, unless it's my grandkids, I guess, someday in the very distant future. But yeah, here we are for posterity. I hope you have a inside out. I'm going to find that song. I hope you have an amazing week, that you put your clothes on the right way, and then it's a cakewalk after that. Oh, we had cake too. Well, I didn't have cake because I had to get out here and do my thing, but some people had cake. It looked good. And then May's coffee urn pulled through for me again. So until next week, Zazoo Plazz, share this, okay? Because I'll never live this down. I'm just never. I've got to go home and face the music. Well, pass it along to somebody you think could use a smile. And if this has ever happened to you, comment, okay? If you've ever showed up for a major event in your life with a tag hanging off of you or your shirt on inside out, let me know. Let's share, because I feel pretty silly right now. Until next week, Zazoo Plazz signing out. Signing out. See ya.